radio station. This is Informante Radio, the sound for a new age. Every day we bring you the hottest music. Ultimate music mix.
You won't believe I'm not talking you with me. Yo, check this out, man.
And some outrageous conversations.
Did you like it? No, Amber, it's gesed. So, are you saying Namibian men were not romantic?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yes.
Why? What are the values of Namibian men? Is there anything good about us?
Yeah, I'm striking a black.
She is striking a black.
You know what?
Let's get to the real thing.
The mornings on Informante Radio, the sound for a new age.
That's right, this gentleman is one of our guests on the show this morning, Mr. Jossy Joss. Kume is Felende, ne?
Kume, yeah.
Yeah. Kume Nolila. My friend, don't cry, I think, with my scratchy Oshuambo. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's the first ever time on this show that you play a Jossy Joss
Song.
Is there maybe any particular reason that you felt
Because he's on the show this morning.
maybe today
Yes.
that is what you will do?
You must
Do you have any objection to that, Maria?
Why will I object? This must. You guys must. What
Yeah.
did you say? Is it my boyfriend or my ex?
Your ex.
My ex
Maybe
was
the
my
song
ex.
was even written for Maria.
You
Who
never know.
knows?
Let us promote.
Efundula was for Maria.
We never got to the aisle.
Kijk, Maria, we will set this record straight today. Okay, because we are tired of your lies and just,
You'll even tell you how I
denials
cheated on him.
and stuff like that. Ons is moeg. We want to know the truth today.
Just for the own record, who started the Jossy Joss? It was.
Wasn't it Alfredo?
It-
Yes, Alfredo.
It's almost not Avies.
Alfredo.
Alfredo. I hope
Yeah.
Alfredo, you better be tuning.
Alfredo Jack Evangelista. So yeah.
One of our regular listeners. By the way, Top Cheri is also joining us this morning. So they're both going to be in the studio, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, maybe I think I'll step out. If the two of
Since
if both
when
of,
do you want to step?
if both of them
Van toe wil jy gaan?
arrive at the same time,
Yes.
nee?
No.
Dat sal ek maar in die hoekie staan. and just listen
One
to
can
you.
sit there and drink their tea and just, yeah.
Yeah,
I have a question. Just grab a mic.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to let you finish, but I just want to ask this one
I'll
question
sit in that little corner over there.
and
yeah.
scream the whole time.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to scream.
No, you can sit here and we can share the mic.
That is too close. You see, now
Somebody's doing social distancing in the studio. Come on.
we're sitting here talking about what happened on Saturday, and then the police rocks up again.
Let us be clear. The issue was that there was 31 people.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That was the issue.
And the alcohol.
And the alcohol.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. You guys can, of course, ask your questions in the community section. Yeah, you can leave your comments on the video and ask whatever questions you would like us to ask our two guests this morning.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite curious. What do you guys want to know?
I think I'm more excited to speak to Top Cheri because of her Facebook post and I mean anybody that's had the anybody that's had was lucky, I would say lucky enough to stumble upon it or to have it passed on them might have read it. It was very entertaining because it was written like in spoken language.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly
So,
the way she would tell it to you.
Yes,
in
but she
person.
left a cliffhanger there.
Yeah.
Because she said, "Well, what happened at the station? I
Yeah, I want to know.
So
what
we
happened at
want
the
to
station,
know
yes.
what happened at the station."
All right, let's read a few comments. Welcome some of our guests this morning. Kai Muyoro, Morning Crew Cubase. Okay, Morning Crew Cubase. I don't know what that is. Franz van Beek, good morning, crew. Watching from Pioneers Park. Have a blessed day, you too. Toby Nekwaya, morning, guys. Kaylin Deshipanda also joining the show. Moro crew from Gladness. Timothy, Helmut van Beek, Moro Kenny, gents, blessing you. Okay, it's just a lot of good mornings here, ne?
So sad.
George Hidipohamba Kampala. You know, I think every morning I think, okay, maybe there's going to be a gem in there. Look at what Maria is doing.
Just checking, my hair is a mess.
It's good
You
to
guys
be me.
know.
What you mean your hair? So
It's like,
so
you know
so
when-
gladde hare. This is what messy is for gladde hare.
No, this is not even glad because this is like crosshair.
I hope, man.
Yeah.
Asseblief.
So I've been giving it the African. you know when you want that African texture.
Then you must use sugar water. That's what
No,
they
I've
say.
heard not sugar water. I've heard. Okay. Anyway, so I'm giving it this African texture, but it's kind of missing the mark. It's not.
Zeker water.
Don't try to culture appropriate. Leave our cruise hare.
Is it really cultural appropriation?
If there is anyone out there who can help Maria with any recipe
For her hair.
that can cruise her hair.
I want like
Please.
real
Afro.
African. What do they? I think they've got grade like C grade 3. I don't know the.
I also have no idea.
Yeah, but that side.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
4, 3. Yeah.
Speaking of the devil, Alfredo is asking, ano kry ons nie weer traffic reports nie. Die man is dan terug by die werk.
Ooh, gatkrap. Hey,
Why you
Gigi.
this person?
Why are you this guy?
Yo,
This is-
why?
It's the characteristics of short men.
Oh,
Always do the most.
Mic drop. AJ, did you hear that?
What is that? I don't know what you're talking about.
So
What
yes,
is their
Short man-
characteristic?
Short
You-
man
you-
syndrome.
you
I
say
know,
he's-
I
They
hear
do
what
too
you
much.
say, but
I
what
won't be surprised if Alfredo has a sound system in his car.
is a sound system? AJ, do you have a sound system in your car?
Bantam Baki.
Yeah,
With a sound system and rims for days.
for days. Hey, ja.
I see some comments. Anyway, jealous so traag vanoggend. Jealous
Nee, but
maak my aan die
while
slaap.
we wait, why don't we discuss some of the issues that are?
Yes, that is what I wanted
please.
to say.
Yeah,
Discuss.
we've got employers taking the government and president to the High Court on this new regulation that no firing or no retrenching of staff during the COVID-19 state of emergency.
Okay.
So there's that story. I'm not going to really go into the Trump taking donor money from UN organizations. But I think the main thing is that, I mean, there's a lot of talks about, Michael Amushelele's case has been postponed to August. Is it August?
What are they still investigating?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think Michael said he just wants them to at least allow him to release because they're investors' money that has been frozen.
Yeah.
And they just want to be able to pay back their investors because there's a lot of angry clients.
Yeah.
Yes, people who want their money back.
People who want their money, but the case has been postponed to August, I believe so. But I think the main issue is the High Court story. Employers saying that, look, during this time, it's not that we want to retrench, but the situation.
The situation is what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, so it will be interesting to find out what the High Court's going to decide on that
Yeah.
position.
But government also, like, it's kind of strange. You are imposing this on businesses, knowing full well that most of these companies are not making money, and if they are operating under full capacity even. And you are not offering a remedy. You're not offering
Social security, Estelle.
some kind of it's like guys, don't fire your workers. We're willing to meet you halfway with
Kyk, hier kom.
Jane and Joe Lach.
Monica Piñas.
Is it Monica Piñas? Oh, okay. Yeah, let Monica Piñas come in here. Yeah.
Oh no,
She
Jelle.
looks so hyped, ready to tell the story.
Look at you guys. Now you all of a sudden forgot about the case at the High Court.
Oh, no,
because
we
you saw
are.
Top Cheri.
Ja, kom.
Mukuru anje.
High court. As Top Cheri what is so?
Exal man exeni.
Top Cheri.
Because we
Please, yeah, don't touch me.
don't touch me.
Yeah. Social distance.
Moro, sit, Neville. You can sit. Good morning.
We're always happy to see you.
No.
That's what's so fun stories. That's why we've been excited to see you.
Always van teer.
Ja, geloof aan het
Of course. It's like, was my koppie? Ik heb een lekker groot koppie gehad volgende. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, good. How are we?
We are doing great. You are still in one piece after this traumatizing weekend.
Yeah. But my brother said, ek is nou een nummer.
Oh, check my number. Oh, I see.
Dit dat nommer.
Ja, ek is nou een nummer.
Did they give you like an orange overall? Or
Wait,
like,
me
let me
was
get Corona, but-
living life there.
You know what, guys? Like, there was so much information coming from all sorts of directions
So much.
on Saturday, and so many people were getting it off the mark. So maybe it would be nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
Wat het eindelijk gebeur? Sê
Ek
vir ons
het
net.
gaan perform, ah.
Soos hulle sê, dat maar tyre aangaan.
Me, I just went to go perform
Hey,
in Mboli. The things were not organized. I didn't know to have a live. Okay, I knew, but okay, they didn't know. I guess you need to have a paper
yes.
to
a
do the
permit.
live. You know, in Mfanyizi, it was just Mfanyizi. So we didn't have the paper. Plus, there were other people we didn't know were there.
That were also.
Nee, we didn't know.
Asseblief, vertel ons die storie van
Kyk, nee.
Jy praat so geen. Ja.
Funky Lab has like a behind.
Okay.
If you are inside, you don't know what's going on at the
back there, yeah.
So at the back there was an event.
There was a party going on.
But we were not part of that.
Oh.
As we were not part of that.
Okay.
We went to perform at the live show. You know, I was also angry that time. Then I realized, okay, the cops are just doing their work. But honestly, we didn't know there was a party at the back. We had no idea. Inside we were like 11, 12. When those cops arrived, I was like,
where did you come from?
Yes, Jay. You know, some faces I knew, other people I didn't know, other aunties I saw for the first time. I did not know what family party was there, guys. I just saw, unless all of them. My heart, guys, I could not.
But then arrest you guys and then they take you to the police station or?
Yeah, we all got into like those vans. And those vans, guys.
With the kumbi of Ibagi.
The baki, and in that thing there's nowhere to hold, nowhere. Yeah, that colored guy, and he does this and
that's it.
I was so traumatized.
Were you in handcuffs?
No, we weren't, but we were like, I think, like in each car we were like 10.
Oh up, man.
Yeah, so it's not a foot here, like. It was a mess.
Okay, now we are curious. When we read your story on Facebook, you left us just there at the police station. You said the real tea was there.
I can't, because shame, guys. I didn't know Namibian personalities' lives were actually this interesting. I was just like, who are you looking for? No, he told me he's at work. No. There were wives, there were sisters, there were exes. It was a mess, guys. I think that's why I think that's why those people didn't want to let us go, because they were having the show of their life. They were having the show, and Max T. I love Max T, guys. I can't. I love Max T so much.
What did Max T do?
Max T kept putting every officer in order. Every officer that comes gets checked by Max T. And the cops kept telling you keep forgetting you're under arrest. It's like, no, but then you just Cheri saying you cannot wear that. Where is the star of the It was really
So did everybody pay the 2,000 fine?
No. That's the sad part, because 2,000, like, people went to the show because Sunny Boy was gonna pay us 3,000 just to say thank you. And you were thinking it was that 3,000 swa miskin trek shudiki and a young food here, because it's hard, guys. It's hard times for us now.
There are no gigs.
So if someone says can perform at my live, I have like a young 2.7, you are there.
Yes.
You don't ask questions which are, do you have the papers? You don't ask those questions.
Because you assume you must have your papers. That's why you're doing an event.
So much. I've done the MTC live thing. I've done the dogs live thing, and then now there's this one. Yeah, I guess Homeboy just thought, everybody did it, I can do it.
So. But how did the show did the show actually go live before the cops came?
It was just going live, but it was live, but no one performed yet.
Even they were supposed to start at 8.
Yeah, it was supposed to start at 8, and I was scheduled to perform at 9. That's why I arrived 8:30. But when I got there, then I was like, no, there's a cable missing, and we are waiting for that cable.
Cable missing.
Yeah. So when I was told that, I even left.
I remember when I was that DJ.
Around,
so you almost missed the arrest.
I almost missed it. Sunny called and said, no, everything is in order, you can come back. My comeback, just there, 2 minutes. The aunties in uniform and the uncles in uniform are there. So we were in there. And if you know Manebe, guys,
who's Manebe?
You guys don't know Manebe?
What?
He
was set to perform.
Manebe is the latest person now.
Is he Namibian?
Yeah.
But he's got a real South African name, Mangaebe.
Yeah, he's like a quite a boy. He's so
Aha.
neat. But he has this persona of, gang in the hood.
Yeah.
You know,
I
he
saw him on your
performs.
video,
Yeah, he performs with makatanas and those things.
Ow.
Vibes those, you know.
But he
So
said
us,
he
we were
doesn't
like,
promote violence, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
That's important.
He can bring us his music.
That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His music is really good.
You should bring.
So till what time were you guys basically were you here at Windhoek?
Yes.
So you slept there?
Yeah, we
Huh?
slept there, yeah.
In the
Till
whole.
the year 2000 and
We
just
got
left.
arrested at like 9:30 around
Okay.
that time. And we were
okay.
released the next day at 6 in the evening.
All of you.
All of you.
Yeah.
No, jy kan my mos ge-WhatsApp het vir
We were
KFC of
we
so.
were first released. Like so 2 uur goede. Toe kom my ander man, die man is die baas. So he says he heard the story on the internet. So he was like, no, everybody needs to go get rearrested because this is a media story. We need to investigate. So imagine people went home to go get sleep and everything. They went to go get picked up from home
And
to
brought
get
back.
rearrested. So we stayed in there until 6.
So did you go home or
I was supposed to go home, but I was just outside in my car because my dancers and everybody was. It would be, silly if I go home and they're still in there. If
So
they
you
are
had
there
your
because
dancers
of
also
me.
there. So how many people did you think? Because I know you, Sunny Boy, and I think
Manebe,
yeah,
and Ambizi.
and Max T.
Yeah.
That's 5.
Maxius was supposed to be the host.
Oh, all right. Okay, but still part of it. And then you bring your manager. And then you bring how many dancers?
dancers.
2 dancers. And the other crew, and then there's the person that is supposed to be live streaming.
Yes, and then there's the DJ.
And then there's the
how
DJ.
initially how it or in my head or how we've been doing it is your set is 9. You and your team, you come at 9. You perform.
If there's nobody
because
else
everybody
there.
is gone.
Oh, and
Yeah.
then you go. So then you keep it at a max
Yeah,
of
but
10.
now the problem
Yeah.
is now OK Bell that was not there. So everybody
Okay, Bill.
just J
And nobody's leaving.
together. Nobody, you're scared if you leave your
No, I'm
set.
saying the other people, everybody's just kind of gathering.
No, the other people were at the back, Mugel. Like we were not together. Those people were at
There's
the
a whole
back.
party going on in the back there.
Me, I was chilled. I thought, we'll explain what you asked me. We came to work, but when those officers came with bottles, and I was like,
The one Toby was having
it's definitely
a bet, I hear.
going to be a
Cricket bet.
problem.
who
What?
was having a cricket
Yeah,
bet?
one officer was having a cricket bet,
Huh?
and he pointed me like this. He said, "Tom Cheri, you are drinking or what?" I said, "Officer, me, I don't even drink. First of all, I don't even drink." So the other auntie, apparently, I'm talking to the officer in an unmannered way.
Yeah.
That's why they are less.
Now we must get all arrested because
Arrested.
Oh man, that is hilarious.
It's like, it's funny, but it's not. We feel
guys.
like 2000 gone.
Ooh.
But you recovered well from the. It's not keeping you up at night now from the experience.
No,
I'm a Chase was a classic girl. We've
yeah,
been through
and that's
worse.
what I said. Luckily, because a tour artist, So when I got in there, the numbers they already knew me also.
Yeah, I was like, out of Cheri,
Yeah, like,
what?
hey, top Jerry, J Mac body, so jy dit wat gemaak.
Did you have a number?
The jailbirds are
Huh?
in the
Did you have a
studio.
number?
Wat 'n nommer?
SJ a number.
Is ek 'n nommer?
Ja, just was
Mense kom aan. Julle groet ook nie die man nie. Julle begin gesels net. Oh, julle het nie meneer
Wat
Jeleni.
'n nommer?
Moro Joseph. Who's that Joseph?
As wat doen ek dit?
It's mooi man.
Ah.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
No.
Welcome,
It's a pleasure.
Jossy.
Hi. How are you, Mary?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay.
Because we were wondering what is Josie doing in the club with Top
The
Cheri.
compilation.
I just wanted on the poster.
Yeah, what was going on here? So Top Cheri sort of painted the picture for us from also her perspective as to what happened on Saturday.
But we were not at a club.
Yeah, I like it. That's what we understand now.
The venue is a club.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's what, the lounge?
Yeah,
Yeah, lounge
Yeah.
is
But
kind
people were drinking. I think that's
we
what was
didn't
fun.
know.
No,
We
you
were
guys.
at the
know.
back.
I don't
We were
know.
not there. Like we were inside at the.
I was there
live.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was there for.
So
2.
were you also set to perform?
I was doing my lives. I
Oh,
have a
live
show
streams.
called The Lockdown Nights with Jossy Joss.
Yes.
So we had promised that we would cover the event.
Oh.
So we were covering the event basically. So
I see.
we got there 10 minutes, and then the cops showed up. So it wasn't like a situation where we got there and then there was a party going on. And it was just like, people were just waiting for the show to start. And you would see there's 3 people there, 2 people there, and you would think there's so many people. I only saw those so many people when they told single file. You know? Straight line. You're like, whoa, where did all these people come from? Like,
so the cops didn't give you guys the options like, okay, no, disperse, guys, go home, you can't gather. They just decided, no, we're rounding everybody up.
Nah,
single what?
Single file.
Single fine. Yeah.
That was it. I don't remember. I don't remember the part where they said disperse.
Yeah.
I remember only the part of single file.
Apparently we were refusing to what? Every paper had their own thing, but no, there was no such thing, you know. We were just told to get into those fast and furious cars.
And the buggies.
Yeah.
And Jossy, you are also one of the people who went out in the on Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
And then you had
Jossy was released.
No, everybody was released because the position was that the owner of the place should take responsibility for what had happened because he needed a permit.
Yeah.
And that permit was not there.
Oh, okay.
So the position was that then this person should take the responsibility, which he did. He took the responsibility and then said, well, for that sake, I will take the responsibility and foot the bill, and you guys can, you should be able to allow those guys to go. That was the process that was taken. And then Big Man comes, and I wasn't there. I was already outside. Big Man comes there and tells everybody, back in.
Media personalities.
Yeah,
because everybody was leaving at the time. Everybody was leaving at the time, and then told them, hey, go back in, go back in.
Nobody's leaving.
Nobody's leaving. You guys, the processing wasn't done right. And we're like, why not?
So Jossy, the question that I want to ask you, when you left home, were you honest to your missus? Where are you going? Because this is important information. Because apparently
there were dramas.
Apparently women came to look for their men and their husbands who said no, they were busy someplace else, or they went to their mother.
I think at that point Jossy was even home.
Yeah.
When other boys or wives came. Yeah. Because that time everyone was like, no, we're getting released, come pick me up and whatever. That time you had left.
I think just give us the tea. Just name the names.
I don't know, but I mean, everybody knew that it was live on video that I said that I was going to be there at Sunny Boy's show to cover.
Yeah.
So it's the commitment that I made that is documented. So it's not a commitment that I made out of chicken, exalcom. Magna, it's like cherries.
Basta cherries.
No, they were to be honest, from a guy's perspective, they were limited women. There was like seven girls, I think, 7, 8. I think it was 7, and then you have like a bunch of men, a bunch of men. It was like a lot of guys. So it wasn't like I think everybody that was there to do something else. So you only see these people like okay, you are all sitting there, and you're like, oh, you are also here. Yeah.
When did you get? You are giving me anxiety, you man. Get away from behind me.
But nobody was drinking.
I don't know if people were drinking because, like I said, I only got there 10 minutes. And then boom, it happened. So I saw people having Coke cans. Maybe they were drinking. I don't know whether they were drinking. I can't confirm on the alcohol because I just don't know. I don't know. It would be a lie if I said I did.
That you knew for sure. Well, like you guys moved on from the whole girls at the party too fast because there's an issue here that has been coming since we started the show. Somebody told us Maria is Jossy Joss's ex. since we started the show, now that Jossy is here,
Whoa,
we want to ask.
Mary and I were very good friends in primary school. Not boyfriend and girlfriend. We stayed in the same neighborhood.
We're not talking to you.
Yes. You lie to us all the time. We want to listen to Jossy.
We stayed in the same neighborhood, so we sort of had this thing where we're sort of like a cliquey thing, as the people from one side, from what they used to call Oshakati East. So we were at the same school.
Briefly,
so
briefly, I was for 2 years.
Yeah. So that obviously is the story. There's nothing else. I don't know.
He wasn't part of Rough Riders, just for the record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rough Riders.
I was part of Rough Riders.
Yeah. So I don't know that story. It's probably Neville that came up with that story.
It's one of these guys that comments here.
Yeah, it's just a studio joke. Some guy, one of our regulars, started this. Since last year, it's just the joke doesn't leave, and I've been meaning to have you in record so that you can set the record straight.
Yeah, no.
Maar jy hulle miskien mekaar genaa.
You can use the media ngani. You can use the media.
Samui Cheri jong.
Yeah.
Moving on swiftly. Thank you. Record set straight.
I'm sure Cubase, when he saw Mary also, he's like, hey,
it's a getrouwde mensen.
No,
actually, she was looking at me like that.
Oh. Okay.
These are married people. Don't make it awkward. Let's continue.
Bradley Kubisem is asking, ask Jossy whether he was aware of the family party going on in the same club.
No, I don't know about the family
but
party.
Is it confirmed that there was a family party though?
No, there was no.
That's what she's
not a family party, but there was other
like
people at the back that were not with us. They were not part of the life.
No, I think there's brothers that were there.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, what they said is that they had come there to pick up something, or they also had just arrived. So I'm not aware of a family party or this. I don't know. There was no party. So it's difficult for me to say. Again, I'm the guy that was just there.
We were all just there, bruh.
We were all just there. Everybody's version. I just arrived. 31 of us, but we were just there.
Listen.
No, but if you look at it, the show started late. Or it was supposed to have started late.
It was supposed to start at 8, right?
Yeah. So a lot of the artists had already arrived, and they sort of had their crew, which is your dancer, your dancers, and maybe one person to do the management part of it, or a driver. Some people were even just picking up people.
Yeah.
So you kind of have these people that are there to just simply do what they came there to do. And then all of a sudden this happened, you know. So nobody, I don't think everybody, they thought something of that nature could happen, because they all thought, okay, let's get this thing done and then we go. But you're not thinking, no, there's a party. It's not like that. You know? It wasn't like, oh yeah, there's going to be a party on.
We're going to turn up.
Yeah, no. Most of the people that were there, if you look at them, they had their dancers that were with them.
Ready to perform.
Yeah.
Now the question is, and that's the one thing they say about jail. Jail is made for each and every one. There are no holy cows when it's about going to jail.
Yeah.
I was arrested here a few years back in 2007 for not pitching up for court for a traffic fine. So they took me up to the door here, okay, and then we arranged bail. So I didn't go at the back of the cells. So were you guys at the back of the cells?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just charge office.
Yeah.
Charge office.
No, we were not in the charge office. We were in the waiting. Okay, they were in the charge office. The ladies were in the charge office. The outies were in the front cell, that one where you sort of get into the back.
Okay, so toe julle nou wat heel nag en heel dag gemaak?
Oh, we're just standing.
Literally just.
That's next one to do. Literally nothing to do.
Yo,
He's
it was the
talking
longest
about
stand
life.
of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And there was a dog in there.
and then you were talking to the guys that are now sitting there, talking to them and
Au Josie.
Au Fera, you know, just talking to them and that was pretty much the whole day. The guys were switching, so they go and come, and then they had to come get their food or their stuff. I think it was Sunday, so I think they received stuff on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
I have a question.
so we were there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this show, this Sunday show, Sunny Boy was supposed to address some things. This Saturday show. Saturday show. Sunny Boy was he promised to address some things that people wanted to hear. And the show obviously never took place. So, is this show going to happen still? Are you going to get the papers?
He said he's still doing it.
Okay, he's going to continue and do it now.
Yeah, but
So
I'm not part of it.
You don't want to be part of it.
You see, Maria, you and Jossy Joss have been caught in your line now. DJ Remind is busy sending messages here subliminally. What's it?
Sorry, just let the record be set straight. Okay? Can I just let this? I just got a message from DJ Remind from up north. Everybody knows DJ Remind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I trust DJ Remind. He's my friend. So, DJ Remind sends me a message saying, "Morning, brother. I am a witness. Jossy Joss was always after Maria."
Yeah, but who wouldn't do?
No, that is not a secret. He was. That's not a secret. Okay, let's be clear. All right. You know you were. It's the fact that it never happened.
Okay.
That isn't a secret.
I'm not part of this conversation.
All
am
right.
I?
It's okay. It's
No,
years
but I'm not-
ago. It's like what? 20 years. Come on, it's years ago, guys. Like 15, it's 16.
But Josie, there was nothing wrong with his name, but Maria ke Johan.
That was most.
Jay.
That's what I'm saying. We were
At
like
midnight,
15,
that was
16.
climate.
Tell us more so altway.
My guy, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Jinga elke Cheri.
Ma this Maria, so her Maria, so her
I mean, I'm not saying.
But there is
Mary
the
not
yes,
hot.
yes,
I mean,
yes,
I mean,
yes,
she's hot.
And I was hotter. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Let's move on.
All right. So the show. Okay, go back. The show is gonna take place.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Without-
said he's gonna get the necessary papers in order, and he's gonna still do it
Continue doing it.
correctly.
I told him it's important that for him to go ahead and do the show again. There's nothing wrong with doing it as long as you get the necessary documentation. If you're going to have more than 10 people there. It's the one thing that I believe that should just be highlighted, and especially through the media by the Namibian police and the government to indicate that you can get a permit, because there are a lot of things. The 2000 is too popular.
Yeah.
But
there are a lot of other
there's a
options.
lot of things around the 2000 that people don't know, and sometimes you find that even some police officers don't know. So it's important to highlight some of these things, because there's still about two more weeks or so before phase 2 is over. To just make sure that that we highlight, they speak about
And
some
people
of these
know-
things,
know
because
exactly how it goes,
I remember I went to a funeral and there was more than 10 people there, so and the understanding is that the people got a permit, so some of these things are sort of catered for, so we just need to make it a point to make everybody understand that, hey, you can get a permit to get this done, but these are the conditions to making it happen.
To doing it, okay. So are you guys on the hook for the 2,000 now? Do you have to pay that?
You're not. You don't have to until if you choose to, you can go to court. You then can
argue your
argue your
Condition of
case.
guilt,
Yeah, but people are
argue your
given
case
21 days. If
Yeah.
you didn't pay that time, you can pay it after 21 days, or you can
can
take
appear court.
the lawyer.
Yeah.
Oh, like a traffic ticket, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
you know
you
you're
can
gonna
go
pay
to
the
court,
2,000.
court around it, and then you can, because I don't think anybody admitted at all. It's just sort of a ticket that you're given. And then I think at the back of that ticket, there's a part where you are supposed to admit that, yes, you know.
Do you guys plan to fight this?
I don't know.
I don't have the energy.
I was just about to say, Madam is like, I'm gonna pay my 2,000.
I don't
Yeah,
have the
like
energy.
I don't know, but I'm just still waiting on some legal advice whether there's a need for me to fight it or not.
Now, there are a lot of conspiracy theories, of course, that was springing up after the news started circulating, like I was saying. Before Jossy came, you know, like everybody was reporting some or other version of the story. Now we are hearing, you know, that what is Sunny Boy's girlfriend's name? Nelau, ne? Yes, that Nelau is the one who called the cops.
Yo, can the people leave that girl alone?
Let her breathe.
Me, I'm reading stuff that I'm seeing here in the comments. I'm just asking. I'm asking the room now.
No, it's still the father of her kids. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think she's that spiteful.
No, she's not. She's
really not.
She's
Yeah.
If anything, she would rather have tried to help and
Yes.
not.
Yeah.
But do you guys think that somebody tried to set him up? Just this is for interest's sake. The way the cops just rocked up and just commotion, single file, not even willing to talk to anybody.
The Funky Lab is 2 walks away from the police station.
Yes.
You know, and I also, when I got there, I also asked like, "Yo, this car's outside though. Like, you know, it looks like the normal Funky Lab
It's
you know?
open, yeah.
So I think it's just the cars maybe that triggered, you know, because that place is quite popular with them.
No, there are a lot of. I
I
spoke
see.
to a lot of people that drove past that area before the arrest, and they said it already looked suspect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
when you
It's
drive
like it's
by.
just
When
maybe
you
one
drive
cop
by.
that passed,
Yes,
and then
and it's
another
like,
one, and they put together. But I don't think it's a matter of.
And I'm sure if there was music playing inside, then that would have.
No, but there wasn't.
There was music playing from the venue
DJ.
where the
The
setup was
setup.
being
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the guys were still
Yeah.
sort of trying to get the sound right and getting everything right. So
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
so obviously you've got that situation where that music is playing, but they had sort of put some coverings
Yes, I saw
on
that.
the
the
Yeah.
windows,
put
yeah.
there.
But then cars are gathered,
but
and
then you've got the lights also, and I think it was for the show to project a better light.
Yeah.
So people from outside would probably think, oh, there's a party going on.
Yeah, I get, yeah.
yeah. So thank you. Can we clear Nelau now?
Yeah, Nalau is also cleared. So we are clearing rumors today. Josie and Maria is gone. Nalau is gone. Top Cheri, what rumors did we have about you?
They can never. I'm always the wrong one. People know they can never come for me with rumors.
You know, somebody brought this up in when the news was coming through, right? When we started to share the story with each other, that people who come to the show normally get arrested, and now you and Sunny Boy are number 3 and 4.
Who and who?
You and Sunny Boy this weekend became number 3 and 4. So Josie, apparently the show has a tendency of getting people locked up. Thank you for being brave
Apparently
enough to join us this morning.
Once you've been on.
Yeah,
this
I
show,
actually got a few calls. They were like, you need to be careful though. Just go ready, wear ready, because that show.
Why do
you are done, and the cops are outside waiting for you.
Why do you need to get locked up if you haven't done anything wrong?
I don't know.
Thank you, because you understand.
Apparently around here, you don't need to do anything wrong. Mr. Never just makes one.
It's just it's conspiracy theories out there.
The joke is.
Hold on. Can you get your lawyers ready?
The joke
Nice,
is
yeah.
the conspiracy is
Yeah.
we get you to confess things that will incriminate you on the show.
On the show. Oh, so that's what the joke
like
is.
with Michael Amushel, he was saying more than he perhaps should have said.
Yeah, well, that's Michael.
As always, Michael, yeah.
Hey, his Chrome comments, lees die goed. And there are questions being asked.
What questions are being asked
Kry
here?
lekker, né?
Yeah, kry lekker. That's why we're here. Ask the questions.
Moenie langs aan my staan nie, man. Ek is van Soweto, my bro.
Who
I don't
beneath
like
the
those
questions,
things.
Franny?
Anxiety.
Yeah. It's a exile your nose land. Jolo, social distancing mask, please. Neville, I believe you even touched me.
Okay.
Please allow Top Cheri what to say something.
I've been saying things though.
Yeah.
There are people, Namians love my voice, guys.
Like the way they were going on when you started talking in the beginning, I decided I'm going to skip all these comments, all of them. I was like, her voice. Lena Houghton is saying, we love you guys. Mekere Wallace Windere. Maybe it's the karma that snitched on Sunny.
We are not part of that.
So why are you getting
where's the
caught up?
karma with me now? Like, no.
Actually, ask Top Cheri about Project 1 Million. I bet she has an info about it since she's an investor. See, you people who like things.
And who that knows my life like that?
You invested in Project 1 Million?
Can we move on now?
No, let's set the record straight now.
There's not even one person who's asking. There's a couple of people who are asking that
Did you
question.
invest in Project 1 Million?
Guys, I don't want to talk about that.
I hope you're not doing the stock fail as well.
Is it okay in Stockfell?
No, I learned my lesson. I'm not giving my money to nobody for nothing. I learned my lesson.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Well, yeah, guys, it was difficult back then to not invest. You guys said the life I'm sure I was living. Hello, he comes to an interview and is packing 4 cars with his name on.
Yeah.
We're like, I also
I want me some of that.
Take my money.
I feel you, my sister.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah, I'm not the only one.
Never
I think
also invested.
No.
you are on the group. Never, don't be like
You're on the group.
You are on the group.
Oh, possible.
Come on.
He's
Yeah,
on the
now
group.
he's denying it. I knew it. He always has random amounts of money.
Speel fair.
So you guys are still trying to get your money back?
Yeah, but me personally, I made peace. I think I made peace. Kucha, because every day they just send case postponed. So I was like, you know what? It's okay.
You're also ambassador for what's the thing?
Nanso.
No, not Nanso.
For what?
Something together Namibia. Something to do with the lockdown.
You know, stay at home is a hashtag.
No, but I was having the conversation with
What? Take charge?
Take Charge Namibia. Yes.
No, I'm not an ambassador. I
Yes.
just do volunteer work for them.
Oh, you volunteer for them.
Yeah.
All right. What kind of work do you do there?
My voice.
You just
I
talk.
just voice the message
You
because I have the
you
message.
just talk. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I just
So
spread
that's
the
what it
message
is.
to the masses. Yeah.
I didn't really understand when the person was trying to explain to me. I was looking at them like, I don't know what you smoked this morning, but that shit is not working for you.
Yeah,
Anywho,
no,
yeah. Yeah, so you guys are doing messages to inform people about staying home and staying safe and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Because there's always someone that don't follow someone,
Yes.
you know. So maybe I have a few people that are somewhere in a corner and they don't know anything. So if I put out the message, they get to hear it.
No, we learned that very quickly when we started going around Bintuk asking people about COVID-19.
Yeah.
It's like people have, most people have no clue
True.
how you get the virus,
True.
and stuff like that, how to protect yourself. They're just getting bits and pieces of information here and there. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you guys are
But
doing stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comments?
What is the Magellan comments?
Why is it we have 2 people in studio and you like not?
Because they.
People are part of the show. Why do you want to read the
So Miriam Kaho. People think
Okay,
the Miriam
okay,
you're talking about
look.
is Kaho.
Look. Let me tell you why I don't want to read the comments, right? Because they are not really comments of substance like we normally have.
It's not
The mense Guaranet. Floyd Umlazi Tando Mpaleni say, what's with Jossy Young Neville? This is Jossy Kama sweating, okay?
I blank it.
I sweat me.
And
That melon.
Nicholas Garab Kayongo say, Neville Ngaf Maria Vat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria Ignayo.
Someone snitched. Werner
Maria Ignayo.
Mutuku Hafeni. No jail made for Joss, Top Cheri, and Sunny Boy. What? I don't get what that means. You see, guys. What did you guys eat though?
In prison.
Yeah.
Wat het julle geëet?
Well, I ate
Guys,
KFC.
we're not in prison, man.
Yeah, people think it was like tell the siep up vibes. It wasn't those tell the siep up things. There wasn't even any siep. And because like even the cops were like, we need to let these people
detained.
go. Yeah.
Julle was gemang. Dis klaar.
Maar didn't you cry the whole time?
I cried only when was it?
I think it was because of something.
The Saturday night I cried. I was crying.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it was when the article went on the
When it went.
On unwrap, the unwrap, yeah.
I cried. I was crying.
Like a whole top cherry.
A whole top cherry crying. Because I was thinking of my mother.
Yeah.
My mother just reads top cherry
Arrested.
She's gonna send all my 9 brothers. Go to Windhoek now. Go get her now.
Bring her back.
Van Wolf is af.
Yeah.
My mother is that girl. So I said, gaan julle nou gaan haal haar. No. It ain't Windhoek. Die mens ek goed. Is klaar.
Okay, Lee, the mastermind Hamana. Okay, we know you have 9 brothers, but please ask if Top Cherry is single.
Yeah, it's a bit fun.
Answer the
Is jy 'n goeie vragie? As onnodig.
Answer the question.
Top Cherry is not single. Next question.
Hola.
No, she's not.
Philip,
Not. She's
what
not.
was Jossy Joss doing at the show? Did he release an album? No, he was not performing. Jossy, like he was saying.
Yeah,
he was
we
not
just
performing.
said it already.
But Jossy has the biggest Sunday show ever
Actually,
on the internet.
Yeah.
How do people not know that he went there for that? He shows
Lockdown
the
nights,
biggest. Yeah.
But we want to know now, Jossy. You were working at Eagle. You're no longer there. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'm on my own now.
You're doing your thing.
Entrepreneuring.
I'm unemployed, soon to be self-employed.
But it's tough for those of us in the entertainment industry, especially now.
Yeah,
with
it's
COVID-19.
tough. But if you dwell on
the old way of doing things.
but also just if you dwell on petty issues, you're gonna have petty issues all your life. If you push and you get to push, there's no entity that was started overnight. So you gotta have to push. You gotta have to go through the struggles in order for you to get there.
Yeah.
You'll only be able to get there if you get to push. I'm not so sure there's any brand out there that was started and then the next day it went big.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm lucky enough. I had a lot of equipment that I bought over the years. So I've got sound for hire. I'm doing radio adverts. So even if you want me to do imaging for Informante Radio, I can do that. Lucky enough, I've been doing radio adverts as a voiceover and as a producer as well. As a voiceover, I've been doing this for about 20 years. I've done different companies, MTC, Telecom, whoever.
The two of them, they started together.
All of that. Me and Neville
90s.
have been doing at it for years. So I'm also lucky enough to be able to lend my voice to any radio station that says, hey, we want you to do a show for us. So I'm not even looking at whether I've got something going on now or not, but I'm working on different brands that I'm working on. I'm also doing some stuff for Horongo Cement at the moment. So I'm just pushing. So I'm not.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's the position I find myself in, is that I'm just out here to try and see if I can do something. And then of course I started Lockdown Nights with Jossy Joss, which it was sort of just a lockdown session to keep ourselves busy. Yeah. And then it became a thing.
Grew into a thing, yeah.
But you have sponsors even.
Yeah, we got Coke on board, and we also raised some charity, some funds that we raised. We did some handovers and with Taylor J, we pushing. So Lockdown Nights has just become so nice. I mean, we even had the minister there.
It's really nice.
Which minister?
Of Justice.
Oh, where?
Yeah. So
the old one or the new one?
The new one. No, not the old one. Since when?
Since you were in prison, we thought maybe you did the show in prison.
Monica, have you been recording? Have you been doing new music during lockdown?
I think I'm one of the few that have been dropping since Corona.
It's a song with you and script.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that song.
Is it?
Have you played it? You've never played it here.
I played. It was actually lined up to play. You guys was asking why I was playing Jossy Joss before we went live.
Asked, not
so it was Jossy Joss at the beginning and then Top Cherry at the end. But in any case, Martin Emutoni is saying, Top Cherry, please follow me back on Twitter. Yeah, these girls were on Twitter. They are all of Aramio.
The content must
Not just
be
you,
good
because
enough.
Maria also is a problematic one.
Maria is the owner of Twitter. Twitter.
Yeah, that Twitter thing, I have it, I just don't know it.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah. No, but once you get there, even me, I opened and then I was there and then I was like, it's not for me. People
But
said
now it's
mean
for
things
you.
to me and then I was like,
But we
I think then
protect
I
you.
went, then I came back. I came back harder, and you know, now people know
She's
they
running the
can't come
streets.
for me.
Yeah, the day Neville goes to on Twitter, I'll go back.
And Neville doesn't have the range.
Excalibur Landi.
Apparently, he wants to learn how to TikTok, or what is the new thing?
Yo,
Yeah, I think Never will be great for TikTok.
Wow.
No,
he
yeah.
will be great, but
It's for youngsters.
Yes,
It's not for anything of young or anything.
He fits.
Yeah, it's true. You will kill it. I think Never will kill it on
I think you,
TikTok.
Dr.
Yeah.
But I think also Never less Tinder. He's on Tinder.
What's Tinder?
He's not on he's only on Facebook and WhatsApp.
Yeah, I saw you a lot on Instagram. I was like, why? Because I was searching for you on Instagram.
My Laz is done on Instagram.
He's on Twitter. Laz is
No,
everywhere.
Laz is a mentor, guys.
Last listens to Kendrick Lamar. I don't listen to him.
Kendrick Lamar is dope.
The Excalibur Landi.
Dr. Dre listens to Kendrick Lamar.
Dre listens to him because Dre will make money.
Guys, I can't.
There are a lot of guys.
Who do you
50s
listen to?
listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Who do you listen to?
Okay, I just told Cubase yesterday. Heavy D and the Boys was the first name that came up when he asked me this yesterday. I'm very old school. I like old school stuff, like contemporary Namibian music. I listen to all Namibian music, but when it comes to international music, I think I stopped there where CDs stopped.
You stopped with
In 94, maybe.
cassette
Yeah,
There is where I stopped.
that was cassette era.
Ja,
Cassette CD era.
nog met die pen.
That's it.
Rewind.
Dis trap
Ja.
rap en wat se goed. Skrrr. Ja, dit goed. Ek kan nie sulke goed lees.
Hy
Vinyls and cassettes. So that's how
You
he
must be in
ended.
tune with the new
Ek
school.
stel nie belang nie.
Huh?
Yeah.
So you don't listen to music, Namibian music at all?
That's what I'm saying. I listen to all Namibian music. To all Namibian artists, okay? Because your styles are very, very diverse. And that is what I like about Namibian music. South African music is amapiano.
Yeah.
It's one beat.
Yeah.
There's a difference between if you hear Top Cheri or Gaza or The Dog or Jossy Joss.
But those names, can you please name 5? Okay,
Ah,
but don't mention the
you
dog
asked me
or
that
Gaza or
again.
Tom Jerry.
Also, don't mention anybody who was at the show on Saturday.
Amapiano is nice.
Lioness.
I hate it.
Like a lot of people hate Amapiano, but
I
if
hate it.
if you are a music person, you would understand why
I'm a
Amapiano-
music person, but I hate
No,
it.
no. Like if you listen to Amapiano and you listen to old school Kwaito.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
It reminds you of that. Amapiano is like a blend of Soul Brothers. This Soul Brothers was doing this already back then. You remember Black Moses? If you
Black
go
Moses.
Google Black Moses, he was
big-
doing that. He was doing that
remember
already
Black
a
Moses.
long time, playing with his elbow, standing up and doing all of those things. And that's his signature. Like that Amapiano thing is his signature. And this guy's just had the groove, the bass that they added. That bum, bum, bum.
And that's my problem.
They added,
With Amapiano.
they fused it a little bit with a
The
house-ish
same.
kind of vibe.
All Amapiano songs.
But did you listen to Oskido's
Old song.
that song? No, the piano song. It's a piano song, but he sort of
Jay and your Amapiano.
no. Look what he did to the song.
It's
What he
them
did to the song is he took South African gospel. And he sort of added that blend into the
Amapiano
in the Amapiano, and then he sort of had that sample of Eglala piano. I think Amapiano for me is just a creative expression
Noise.
that I like. I
Organized noise.
I really think it's a great creative expression. I'm not the type of person that you'll find me spending a lot of time listening to Amapiano, but I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'll play it because I just think it's got a cool vibe. You know, there's the Amapiano that you just don't want to play, but there's then the cool vibes. Then you've got those guys that get a little jazzy. And I like jazz. I'm a jazz guy, so I kind of like those jazzy, like the jazzy disciples. They've got that jazzy feel. They'll give you that feel. I think it's a cool thing. And then the way the Namibian guys have, it's the first time that I'm listening to a music genre, some taken from South Africa or copied from South Africa, that the Namibian guys got it right to the core. Only time. Kwaito, we were getting it, but we added our flavor. House, we were getting it, but we added our flavor. But I'm a piano. They got it right.
You're not dropping an Amapiano song soon.
But Jossy, is that not the idea that as Namibians we need to have our own identity and we should not necessarily become a copy of whatever South Africa throws out there? Because even in the Kwaito era, even in that time when the Sunny Boys and you guys, all of you, I could make a clear distinction between your beats. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So especially where Jossy had a sound that was ours.
Yes.
Jossy had like a Namibian sound until the era that came after the wave of Jossy them, the wave that came after them, they are the ones that came with forcing us with the South African thing.
Kind of feel.
But Jossy them had the Namibian sound.
I'm a believer in creative diversity, and that and I think for me the most important thing is find your own sound. But I'm also I've been doing radio for 20 years now. Let's say 21 years. I started as a volunteer boy, volunteering at NBC, but I've been doing this for 21 years. So I've come to understand there's music that I would appreciate and there's music I won't appreciate. To be honest, I'm at Neville on the trap thing. I just don't get it. I've tried getting this trap thing and it's just not. I just don't get it. There's just no lyrics. You can't be saying Informante
No, Amapiano is not the real bubblegum.
Real bubblegum. The thing with Amapiano is, especially with me, and Amapiano started quite some time back. And there's a lot of guys that have a lot of instrumentals, and it sounds like jazz. And because it's got that vibe, I kind of fell in love with it. It's not a music genre that I'm going to sit at home and listen to. You'll probably not find me do that, but like I said, I'll play it because there are specific songs that have got a nice groove. I'll play 3, 4, 5 songs from my piano in my set if I'm playing, and just to but I will never play trap. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I will never, because I just don't understand it. Like it's. But what you're saying is right, and the identity is the reason why we fell our wayward. And the awards for me also just made it a bit worse because it became a situation where we are not trying to find identity. Like the reason why I kind of fell in love with, not that in love with Top Cheri, is because she brought a groove that had a dancehall feel, and it had a dancehall feel, but she had this thing that she was bringing of her own, and I was like, hey, whoa, that's creativity. Different. And I was like, this is Monica? Serious?
It is her.
But the creativity, and I think the creativity for me is what sparks me, and the problem nowadays is that people don't just want to add their own flavor to any sound. Many of these things we found there, but you gotta have an identity. You gotta add your thing,
that unique thing that makes it yours.
Yes, that stands out, that makes you last. And sometimes I hear people telling me about Efundula, and I'm like, Efundula is like a 17-year-old song, and I'm like, you all are talking about a 17.
Because it's the biggest one we know. What other songs of
Jossy? It's actually an 18-year-old song.
Maria came for you.
No, but I'm saying it is like if you are Efundula, right?
Yeah.
I don't know any other song that you've except for Efundula.
You do know.
I can mention.
No, it's because Maria doesn't really listen to.
That's what I'm trying to say. But the point I'm making is it's the biggest. Probably if I hear, but I'm saying like it's the biggest one. It's your biggest one. 17 years later, 20 years, 30 years later, it will still be your biggest song.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. But there are other songs that are still big. For example, you've got Katutura is still big.
Yeah.
I would have to listen.
People,
and the miniskirt one.
Oshigeta Shipameke.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
if
think
I
that's
had
the biggest.
I didn't know Fundula.
Yeah, so
Maria was hanging out in LA.
But
They don't play like local
in
music in
general,
LA.
our industry is just, honestly, it's a good mess. You know,
When was it ever not a mess?
Because there's there's artists that have the people. There's artists that you can book in Rundu, and people will be like, oh, let's remove the dog Gaza, PDK, Tatebuti. Let's remove the obvious cats. We are talking about people that came and said, I want to do this.
Yeah.
There are some artists you can't take to Rundu, someone you can't take in the north.
Yes.
But here in Commerce, people are like, woo, Beyonce.
Yes.
There's endorsement must come, give to Beyonce. But Beyonce, the mileage, the people non pay, So there's people like Dikan Jaffa. Dikan Jaffa is one of the biggest acts ever that we have. But he will never get nominated for the awards, first of all. He will never get an endorsement, first of all, because people look at us and say we are Katutura artists, But Katutura artists, that's where it is, man. That's where it be at.
I mean, Get Rich is big in the group.
I mean, didn't they call
Top Cheri left group.
I
left.
Come on.
Let me just be clear. No. Here in this studio, we don't slander who.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maria's is Get Rich
I
is
saw
number one.
Big fan. Big fan.
Boy.
Just outside there, he was just in our but okay, but it's a very relevant conversation. Maybe we can have it some other time. But I was saying it's like you look at like Nigerian music. Why it's so big is because they've kind of found their niche and they're not trying to be anything other than Nigerian.
Yeah.
And the consumers of Nigerian music, whether you are in South Africa, in Namibia, wherever in Africa, even in the States, you listen to Nigerian music, number one, you've got to know it's Nigerian. That's like the first thing. And then it's theirs, it can't be replicated. It just has that natural groove, and that's why they have the collaborations with American artists, because they're just staying true to themselves, whether you are the Burna Boys of this world or whoever.
Yeah.
And I would kind of like that. I would like to wherever I am in the world, if I put on my radio, I want to know that it's Namibia, not because I'm listening to it in Oshivambo or in Cherero or any other local language, just because it's got that Namibian feel. Because even if you're singing in English, I should still there should be something Namibian about it.
Yeah, but that's why I was saying.
But it's not the only thing.
Yeah, not the only thing. Yeah.
We had that where you hear and you are like, that is Namibian.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the era that came after their era, those people are the ones that came to mess up everything, because they were listening to the neighbors, and they were bringing in the neighbors' things here. Because as we had Stanley Bobo, there was Big Ben.
What happened to him?
Shikondobolo. That was a Namibian sound.
Oh,
the
he
song,
was.
it wasn't a lot of things. It was a few instruments, but the song is lit, And then the other uncles just came with their chow of South Africa.
I mean, like Ofura.
Yes.
May he rest in peace. Ofura is my all-time, and he'll be my all-time favorite Damara Bunch artist.
Yeah.
You have Kalux.
Yes.
So you can clearly hear, in terms of Namibian music, there's a diversity, and you don't find that in South Africa. They have their thing. That now it's Amapiano. First it was house. There's a house era when Big Nas came. I think that was the first group that I know who started house music in South Africa. I define house music through them, and
but
Oskido them were doing houses.
House sort of. It was like
Kwaito.
House
Kwaito,
Kwaito,
speed up Kwaito. So look. For me, I hear what everybody's saying, and I like what everybody's saying. But you must understand that they say that winners don't do different things. They do things differently.
Yeah.
So the point is that everybody just needs to find what makes them tick. The reason why you speak about Nigeria is it's about history. The history of Nigeria is what drives the Nigerian sound. And you look at it from that aspect. But also we have to be cognizant of the fact that Namibia is one of the most advanced countries technologically across the African continent, and too exposed to external factors, too exposed to external cultures. It's so worse because of the fact that since 1998, the predominance of Mnet and DSTV has been so high that when Channel O came, it was so big in Namibia. When other channels came, it was so big in Namibia. So you're talking about a country that didn't have that solid foundation either on the musical side, and they're sort of trying to figure each other's cultures out until music started putting everybody to appreciate Shambo, to appreciate Makaisa or Verishe. That's when people started appreciating that. And when you hear, like for example, when you hear Verishe, it's got a true Namibian sound. A sound that it's borrowed from your discourse, but it's not anywhere disco, like the disco. Yeah. Makaisa, it's borrowed from your disco, but it's not your disco. And the reason why somebody would say, no, Jossy, you were true to your sound is because it was borrowed from something, but it wasn't that. Because if you, for example, if you listen to a Fundula, my musical style has always had an element of dance hall or either dance music. So it's always finding the niche, your thing that makes you who you are. And it's never going to work if what we do is we tell Maria, you can only do, in order for you to be relevant, you must do 5 genres. Because then Maria is going to be so watered down to being true to 5 genres that she won't be able to be true to 5 genres. So if you can tell someone, look, we appreciate you for doing what you're doing, and because of that, we will reward you or award you for that, what you have done, and because you've been true to that. And that's what really awards are about. But if you have an artist that is featuring in 6 different categories, in different genres, then you've watered down what is really relevant. It's the same if you have a radio station that plays for the white market, and out of the white market it plays for the German Africans, and then it plays for the Herero, it plays for... And half of the people are likely not to listen to that radio station because they would say it's Diermakar.
Too much commotion, too much of a mess.
Yeah, so that's the same thing with Namibian music. We are so Diermakar, and it's really got to do a lot with perceived professional of the music industry that mess up the industry to the core, and they have just done so much damage to the industry that you can't find something that is true to the core because everybody wants to be in that genre, and people are just okay with it. It's like, I'm gonna win 25,000. Why shouldn't I?
I can do this song.
I can do it
if I can.
If I can go and do Top Cheri style, let me go do it because I now see Top Cheri is doing it. I want to go do what Top Cheri is doing. If Tate Buti is doing that style, I mean, for example, Tate Buti is one of the people that have stayed true to their sound.
Yes.
You know, like PDK also have stayed true to their sound. There's quite a number of people that have stayed true to their sound, but you find that a lot of artists are jumping from one genre to another genre like this, and the worst part is that they're doing so for the awards, and that's a wrong mentality.
We are actually running out of time. We need to start cutting the your friend in. Apparently the way I'm looking at Jossy when he's talking, I shouldn't start falling in love. Moving on swiftly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We appreciate you joining us this morning in the studio. Do you have anything that's coming up before we get to Jossy? I know Jossy's got probably some stuff on lockdown nights that he can share. But what do you have coming up that your listenership can look forward to?
I have so many things coming up, but I have new music. People must just check my new music that is out now.
Wait, where do people look at get new music?
YouTube, iTunes. Die.
Oh, tell us no da.
Yeah, we are done with this.
Hey, last time I was They can WhatsApp the song.
WhatsApp the song,
as
it's on iTunes, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere.
Are you dropping a new album or just dropping singles for the time being?
I don't know, you know.
But can I ask something?
Because now I've all this music I've been recording, but now to drop an album, I don't know.
Can I ask something? I want to ask, and sorry, it's related to what you're saying. Like, you're saying you have new stuff, but we don't really know. Is it like, I look at, for example, Lioness marketing machine, like she's sending us things on WhatsApp and to a point that it becomes like top selling on like iTunes for that day or for that week. I think it's just how she promotes. And I'm not saying it's like because she's putting out, for example, better work than you. You understand? It's just how she pushes her brand.
Aggressive marketing.
Yeah. Do you do aggressive marketing?
Like, if that's what I was saying about the different artists. There are some people you need to work extra hard because you need to get the people, you know.
Yeah.
And then there are some of us, you have the people, you put out something, the people has it.
But you still push.
Once the people has it, then those people make sure that the other people have it.
But
you push, you know. But like, I would never do this. Pay for views or whatever. I'll never do that.
Like
I'll
pay
never
to stream or whatever it's called.
I'll never pay for people to see my post, you know, because of my numbers, you know. But it depends from person to person, you know.
Yeah.
But I love Lioness's marketing, you know, especially if you have a new album
aggressive,
out.
yeah.
If you have a new album out, you need to
push it, put it in
and also the
faces,
nice thing about Lioness, I don't think, you know, her focus is here with us, you know. She's, you know,
thinking abroad.
Yeah, because her sound is, you know, urban. It's expensive sound. Yeah, so she markets for international. Yeah, she markets for international.
Okay. Now I wanted to ask that gentleman about his show, but I see he chipped out. So, thank you for joining us. And although she didn't even music release, please must send us the music, man.
Yeah, I'll
or at least let us know so we can buy it on iTunes.
Yeah, but I'll bring it.
I know, just let us know we can buy it.
Okay.
That's our way of supporting local artists.
Yeah,
we do buy our music from iTunes. So.
Okay.
We got you like that.
Tom Cheri, what? Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, it was a great show today.
Yeah, all right.
There's a lot of comments on the stream.
You must join Instagram. All my people are like, Neville, hi Neville. Say hi to Neville.
Oh, what, man?
He walked past your
kiss Neville for me. No, my dear, that's
Uncle
not how it works. Come kiss him yourself.
So
she calls me Uncle Bay. Okay?
Yes.
That's what she calls me.
Yes.
Jou vrou sal jou los by die Uncle Bay besigheid.
Kom ons gaan. Alright guys, we are out of here. Don't forget you catch us live every morning 8:15 until 9:15 on Informante Radio. Also streaming live on Informante on Facebook. We out.
She tells me young AP. It's all in the way that it looks when she tells me he la pa. It's all in the way that I'm feeling my baby. It's just you and me.
It's all in the way that it looks when it tells me more shabi. It's all in the way that it looks when it tells me in Jomba. It's all in the way that I'm feeling more shawty. My baby, just you and me.
Yeah, you're the one I like. A perfect fit, girl, you just my size. Let me summarize. There's something about those thunder thighs. You must be the hottest dream. There ain't nothing that can stop this queen. Pull up to the spot, crop top and jeans. You got me throwing dollar like a slot machine. I'll pay the lobola and make sure your people have plenty left. You're so damn fine, you're a 10. That's no Tiger, no NDF. You probably know this.